Hey guys, so this is going to be a little bit of an unusual video, or a different style video. Basically, today I'm going to be doing a little tutorial on how to make diapers for like 12 to 14 inch baby dolls. They're super cute cloth diapers, and it's like a super simple pattern, super simple tutorial, so I'm just going to do a little video for you guys. I have been making mine out of these swaddle blankets, or like burp cloths. We use them for burp cloths with Ellie, and they're like this fleece, or not fleece, like flannel material. These are perfect. So you're going to need, you know, one of these blankets. You'll need either snaps, Velcro, or buttons. I'll be showing you how to sew on buttons today because that's just what I have. It's the easiest thing for me to use. So, but you can use any type of, you know, clasping system that you want to use. I got my pattern from a lady. I searched until I found one I liked, and here is cut out. I'm going to leave this pattern, it's a free pattern, in the description below. That's her website. The link is in the description. But basically you're going to cut out 2 of these. So I've got mine cut out right here. 1, 2, and we're going to start out with them lying right sides together, matching all the sides up. And at this point you can either pin the sides together, or you can just go ahead and start sewing. I don't really need to pin this fabric because it's not a very slippery fabric like cotton, so sewing it together is super simple. So I am using a matching thread for my top stitch thread and my bobbin thread. They're both gray, but they don't match like my fabric because it's for Ellie's dolls and she doesn't really care. You know, use whatever color you want, whatever color goes with your diaper, or you know, whatever. So I'm just using a basic straight stitch, and I'm going to be starting in the middle of the larger side. You can start in the middle of the shorter side or the longer side, but I do recommend starting on a straight because we are going to leave a gap. So now I'm just going to start stitching all the way around. This is fairly simple. It's a super beginner sewing item, I guess. So I'm going to forward stitch and then back stitch a couple, and then just continue on around the whole thing. Alright, so now I am back around to where I started, right here. So I'm just going to stitch and leave maybe like an inch or an inch and a half to 2 inches of a gap. I'm going to stitch, back stitch, forward stitch. There we go. And now I'm going to go around and cut all the seam allowance off. I really don't follow a certain seam allowance here. They still seem to fit even without it being specific. I just kind of sew how it comes out. Like I said, this is a super simple pattern, so you don't have to be too specific, but I am going to cut off all of this because we do not need this bulkiness when we turn it right side out. So just go ahead and do that. Alright, so now I'm going to start right-siding it out, turning it inside out. I'm going to start with these little flaps that are closest to me. And the other side. And then I'm just going to take a paintbrush in this case and go around all the little areas like the flaps here. You can see. Oh, no, you can't. Okay. And just making sure I'm getting all of it turned out. Because once you sew it up, it's really hard to fix anywhere you might have missed. Same thing with the bigger flaps here. Alrighty. And now you're going to, so here's your flap, and what you can do is fold it over. You can see how the fabric's folded. If you kind of pull on it like this, it kind of folds in by itself. So you just want to kind of go with that fold, get the edges lined up. Stick that right under, right before the entrance of the hole. So you're going back just a little bit. And then forward stitch. I always back stitch. I like to get as close to the hole as I can, and then you want to go past the hole a little bit as well, just like when we started. And there you go. So now I'm going to show you how to do a buttonhole and a button. So you are going to turn your sewing machine onto a zigzag stitch. So mine is number 4. So I'm going to change the stitch length down to 0.5. And then we're going to change the stitch width to 2.5. So now we have to establish where our buttons and buttonholes are going to be going. Alright, so this is the front and this is the back of the diaper. So I'm going to be folding it over my baby doll like this, and then these flaps are going to be what's coming over to secure the diaper. So our holes are going to be on top, and the button is going to be sewn to the flap here. So at this point, if you want to try it on your baby doll and see, you know, if you need it a little bit tighter or if you kind of need it out on the edge to make it a little bigger, a little wider, now would be the time to do that before we establish where the holes and the buttons are going to be going. For this specific project, I'm going to be using buttons with 2 holes in them, and I'm going to need 2 buttons. Now, there's definitely a professional way to do this, and I'm not going to do it that way. We are going to take our diaper and kind of feel, you know, where you're going to put the button. I put my buttons pretty much all the way to the edge. So you're going to establish where your button's going to be on the bottom, and then you will feel, you know, kind of line it up and just use some feelers here to where the hole's going to be on the top, so probably about right there. Okay, so the professional way to do this, I think, is you like add 1/8 of an inch for every 1/8 of an inch that your button is. Okay, I don't know, but basically if you just take your marker and dot right above it, and then you can draw a line, you don't have to draw a line. This is about the right sizing. If you just do it a little bit bigger than the button, you will be good to go. And then I always connect a line just because I don't eyeball things. So a line there. So now we are going to start sewing this together. You're going to put your line underneath your foot. Wherever your needle goes in, you're going to put that right on that line that we previously made. Our needle is right on that line, and you're basically just going to stitch until you get to this line. Okay, guys? Alright, so now I'm at the dot that I made, so I'm going to lift my foot, rotate. Actually, it needs to go about 1 more. Okay, lift my foot, rotate my fabric, put my foot back down. I found you just kind of have to eyeball it with how wide it is. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, see, that's about wide enough. I'll do, yeah, probably 7, honestly. 6, 7. Okay. Alright, well, 7 worked out in this scenario, so we're going to go with 7. And now, you're just going to sew all the way back up till you get to this dot. Rotate. Now that I'm looking at it finished, 7 was too wide. The button will definitely still stay in, but it definitely needed to be more like 5, like I was saying before. So now I'm just going to go on and do this side the exact same way. Alright, so for this next part, you can take a seam ripper or scissors or whatever you want to use, and what I like to do is fold the fabric this way, cut a little slit here, and then you're going to want to be very careful here. You're going to cut right up to before you get to the stitch. Same thing on the other side. And then you just want to be very careful not to cut any stitches, because then it'll all unravel. So yeah, you're just cutting a little slit for the button to fit through, and as long as the button fits through, then you're good to go. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to attach the button. Alright, so I've already established where I want my button to be from when I did my buttonholes. You're going to need a needle. Unfortunately, this is the only needle I've been able to find for a while now. And I have gone ahead and I have knotted it a few times already. If you're using a thinner fabric, you don't need to knot it as many times, but since this fabric, I don't know, it leaves bigger holes. I don't know. Okay, so this method is for a 2-hold button. You're going to put your thread through where you want whichever side of your button to be, and then put the needle through your buttonhole. And then you're going to go back through the buttonhole and then come up through the buttonhole again, back through, and then repeat this one more time. Alright, just like that. And then you're going to come up through the fabric underneath your button somewhere, kind of close to the middle so it's hidden. And you're going to go around the button with your thread 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. And now you're just going to knot it off. So go through your fabric, up, don't pull the thread all the way through, and then go through the thread, and then you're going to do that one more time. So I ran out of space when I was originally recording this video, so I did go ahead and finish sewing the buttons on. But I'm just going to show you really quick how to do that last step I was doing. So I don't have a knot in this or anything, but you have your needle through your fabric, and so you're going to go through it and then right back up, and you're going to pull, and you're going to want to put your finger in here, or just, you know, don't pull the thread all the way closed. You don't want to keep a loop in it. And then you're going to take your needle and go through the loop and then pull. And then so we did it twice. So you're just going to go through, pull the needle through, keep that loop, take your needle, go through the loop, and then pull, and it creates basically like a knot. So that is how I did that last step of the button. I just went through and through and did what we just did. Here is the completed diaper with the buttons and everything in. And you can just slip the buttons right through the buttonholes that we made, and there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed that different type of video, tutorial. It was my first tutorial I think that I've ever done, other than like cooking videos. Sorry for this harsh yellow lighting in here. I hope everything was really easy to understand. It's a really easy pattern to do. Have fun making diapers for all of your baby dolls. Another great thing about this pattern, other than how easy it is that it's also easy to do by hand stitching. So you don't even need a machine to do this. You can do it by hand and basically get the same results as you would doing it with a machine. It's great if your kids are just learning how to sew. You can teach them how to do this and make clothes for their dolls. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this different kind of video, this tutorial. If you did and you decide to make it, please let me know below. I would love to hear how you made yours, what you made yours out of. And if I could do anything better with my tutorials, please let me know in the comments as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!